Well, my name is Tasha Smith. I'm 21 years old and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. Well, first off, working for other people sucks. As first things first. Like, I hate working for corporations and stuff because I feel like they don't give a shit about people whatsoever. I mean, even just working for Waffle House, like, if it's not about the business and going to help the business, they could care less. I worked at some places where, like, they have, like, different things to help out their employees, and where, like Cracker Barrel, they have Cracker Barrel cares for people who like lose their house and different stuff like that. But it's like, I feel like companies could do so much more to show that they care about the people and not just the business and the money that's coming into the business. So that's primarily why I wanted to do my own thing, because I feel like it's so much easier to connect with other people and work towards building something that could be beneficial for everybody and not just like the owner or the main person for the business. So that's kind of what led me to wanting to start my own business and do stuff like that. Well, what I've realized, when people, they don't necessarily have a bad work ethic. It's more so just lack of motivation from doing that they don't want to do. So how I see it is, the reason why I go into work and do things even if I don't want to do them, why I do them so well is, well, first off, it's part of like my military background. Like, if you don't come in here and do it, then everybody essentially gets what they're doing. So the best thing to do for the team and for your own mental sanity is to just go in there and do it. Be the best that you can be always, because even if you do have somebody who's on the same team who's not going to put forth the same amount of work, it really doesn't matter because you're going to get it done regardless. So that's going to solve so many more problems in the end, rather than all the problems you not doing anything could create. So that my best advice is just to always be the best that you can be no matter where you're at, because eventually that positive energy and that hard work is going to come back to you in the ways that it matters, whether you see it now or 3 years from now. It's going to show up. It's going to come back right to you. You just have to understand that you can't control everything or everybody and the outcomes of every situation. And once you understand that, then you're just so much more willing to keep pushing, and doing the hard work that you're used to doing, just because when it does count and when it does matter, you're gonna get to where you need to be or where you want to be. So that's the only reason why I work so hard, just because I know eventually, like, it's gonna mean something. Might not right now, but I know a few years from here on out, all my hard work is gonna pay off. Um, well, first off, I know you said I seem confident, but like, I have a ton of moments where I'm super shaky, where I'm just like, I don't know. So one of my favorite quotes is, courage is fear that said its prayers. So my whole thing is, I'm trying my best to, like, build my own confidence within itself. Make it easier for me to interact with people, because I can be awkward as hell sometimes. Like, I'm really good at faking it, but like afterwards, like, there's those moments where I'm like, oh God, did I bomb that like entire like social interaction whatsoever? So I'm really just kind of hoping to build my own confidence, because I feel like if I'm as confident as I would like to be, then I'm going to be able to accomplish essentially anything that I want to accomplish anyway. So that's kind of what I'm just in hopes of building. And it's not even necessarily just like confidence with other people, it's more so just within myself. Like, I know I worked the same places and done the same thing serving for so long because I'm comfortable doing it. I'm confident that I can go in there, talk to some people, make some quick money. But am I confident enough in myself and my arts and what I truly want to do? So that's why I'm hoping to build throughout the entire business venture. A lot. First off, I feel like everybody is essentially the same person that they are, or who they built themselves to be, like, as a child. So I feel like I'm still the same, like, 5-year-old me that I was 16 years ago. but I feel like adulthood makes you tweak that in a sense, you know, to conform to society, whether you even realize it or not. I feel like that's a big problem with everybody. Like, nobody's really 100% comfortable being themselves unless they're around people who are just like them, you know, where they're free to open themselves up to. And I feel like this past year, even though I'm still the same person people knew who I was like 3 years ago, still the same goofy Tasha, like hardworking, all that other kind of stuff. I feel like this past year I really went down a mental journey to where like I'm more accepting of everything, more go with the flow. I don't necessarily need to control every situation that I'm in, like, you know, in life, because shit's gonna happen regardless. You can't control everything. You try to control everything, you're gonna be way more stressed out than necessary. So I just feel like I'm more at peace with everything that goes on, and that gives me the confidence to continue doing everything that I want to do, because it's like, now that I've accepted everything, there's nothing to stress over anymore. There's nothing to be upset about, you know, understanding of every single thing that goes on in life. And not only that, I've also gone back to being who I truly was at the age of like 5 years old, like around anybody. It doesn't matter who I'm around. It doesn't matter if I'm going to a job interview to talk to somebody. It doesn't matter if I'm on the bus and somebody gets to talking to me or anything like that. Like, I'm able to completely be myself no matter what or whoever I'm around, and just be fully accepting of every single thing, and just really not take life so hard anymore. It's life is a game. Like, we're spiritual beings inside of human bodies, so why not make the most fun out of this game? You're gonna play the game life or Monopoly, and you're gonna have a fucking ball. So now, why not do the same thing in real life? And that's just how I see it. It's just all a big game. Every day should be filled with laughter and fun. It shouldn't always be so hard and depressing, no matter what you're going through, because essentially everything that you're going through is all just a mindset. And I just feel like I'm able to tweak my mindset to understand that everything is just a mindset. And everybody else, like, because I was that person at one point in time who was like, no, that shit happens in life, like, you know, it's gonna cause this and this and this. But now I'm just like, well, you know what, most of this shit doesn't even matter, so why stress about it? Why even let it phase you? I'm just kind of like unbothered now, I guess you could say, by everything. I just feel like life is so simple. I feel like we as people, we literally overcomplicate every single thing. Like, relationships, you know, everybody's always banked on, it has to be this, it has to be that. Oh, you have to be in love with one person. Oh, you have to date this person if you two like each other. And really, like, all that extra shit is so unnecessary. What really matters is like the connections you make with people. Yeah, you could connect really great with this person. You don't have to date them. That could still be your best friend till, you know, whatever. You just have to put your ego to the side and not let your ego run everything. And I think that's what everybody's problem is their ego. It gets in the way of everything. It gets in the way of friendships. It gets in the way of jobs. It gets in the way of yourself. Like, a lot of people, the reason why they have their mental battles is because they're battling like their egos and what they know is right. And the ego is never right. Like, it's never right. As much as you would love for your ego to be right, it's never what should be the priority. And I just feel like if people let go of those egos and put all their confidence into themselves and trusted connections and trusted the way the universe works, I feel like everybody will be a lot happier. I feel like people wouldn't be so down and out all the time, because every day we see so much crazy shit happening, like the Orlando shooting and all other kinds of shit like that. And it's just like, why? Why is this even happening? And it all boils down to people's egos and them feeling like, oh, they know what's right, rather than going with what's actually right. And then you get all other people who stress about it or whatever, and it's like, or talk down on people who do bad things. But really, the only thing that can solve anything in this world is positivity and love. Like, I remember I saw this video of this guy, and he was pretty much like, he f***ed up and he murdered a lady and her child. And the one person who was supposed to be the most unforgiving person, which was the lady's mother, did the exact opposite of being hateful and hurtful. She came to visit this guy in prison, and they built a relationship, like, you know, a friendship on top of everything, because she was like, you need somebody to love you. And ever since then, he changed himself as a person, you know, was doing better, going, like, even though, yeah, the rest of his life is spent in prison, every day he made it a mission to be a better person, to be a more loving person, a more positive person, you know, change the people around him inside of prison, so that the people who are going to be able to get out, like, he can leave a positive impact on them before they head out. And I just feel like, again, we just get so wrapped up in our egos, and we forget that that's what the basis of life is love, positivity, and connections. So that would probably be my biggest thing that I would like to preach to people, is just let go of the ego and just love life and everything around you. It means the trees, the dogs, even the mosquitoes, even though I kill everyone that lands on me, but just spread the positivity all the time. Like, that's really all that I can say about everything. It sounds so cliche, and I know I repeat it all the time to everybody, but like, that's literally the only thing that works. That's literally the only thing that I've seen that works. Like, even the days when my mom pisses me off and I'm just like, oh, can't stand this woman, but turn around and I'm back talking to her, smiling and giggling, and it's like all her problems were forgotten. And realistically, all these extra problems that you have, they're just extra. Again, we just overcomplicate everything. So my biggest thing to everybody is just sit back, stop sitting in your head and thinking so much, and just live. Yeah. I'm done.